We hear the word safety all the time, in stories on TV, in the newspaper, on the radio. And yet oftentimes in the workplace, we tend to let safety slip our minds, and we forget to play it safe. As a new employee, or an employee who has switched jobs or moved to a new location, you need to keep workplace safety uppermost in your mind.
In order to do your job effectively, it is important that you learn how to recognize unsafe acts and conditions and follow safe work practices. Although we take every measure to ensure accidents don't occur, emergencies sometimes do happen, and knowing what to do in those situations is critical.
For instance, what would you do if a fellow worker has a heart attack or is in a life-threatening situation and you're the only one there to help? You need to know the answer to questions like this beforehand so you're prepared to act. Having a positive outlook and realizing that safety is a part of everyone's job is the first step toward a safe and healthy work environment.
That's right. And Columbia's management provides you with the proper tools and equipment to safely accomplish your job. Safety rules and procedures are written and updated frequently to keep you informed of any changes in company policies and state or federal requirements. There are ongoing safety training programs throughout CDC, such as first aid, CPR training, and firefighting school, as well as many other safety programs designed to provide you with the most up-to-date information available. Safety touches all areas of our work environment.
Whether you're an office worker, service person, plant employee, or customer contact rep, you are accountable for your actions involving safety and health. As an employee, you're responsible for recognizing and correcting unsafe acts or conditions and reporting them to your supervisor, properly using and maintaining the provided tools, equipment, and personal protective equipment, following safety rules such as policies and procedures, proper lifting techniques, using proper hygiene, such as washing your hands after working with chemicals, and actively participating in safety training programs.
It is also your responsibility to immediately report all injuries and incidents to your supervisor, such as vehicle accidents, personal injuries or illnesses, work-related injuries or accidents you have witnessed, property damage, incidents such as gas ignition, interruption of service, and chemical spills or releases. Even the most minor of occurrences must be reported immediately to avoid a more serious consequence. Management believes that all workplace accidents, injuries, and illnesses can be prevented if we are committed to creating a safe work environment. Taking preventive measures is one of the most effective ways to eliminate hazardous conditions. Remember, employees who do not follow safety rules and procedures place themselves, their co-workers, and the public at risk. Your failure to follow safe work practices may also result in disciplinary action.
Let's talk for a moment about how preventative measures and good housekeeping can help you to promote and maintain a safe and healthy work environment. In the office, it's usually the simple things we overlook. Watch out for things like an electrical cord strung across the floor. It only takes a second to pick it up and put it somewhere safe. Open file cabinets are easy to spot. Well, sometimes they're easy to spot. Remember to close them before you leave the area. Picking things up off the floor can keep someone from slipping or falling. Know the location of the fire exit and be familiar with operating the fire alarm and the fire extinguisher. We've all experienced muscle aches and strains from sitting in one position for too long. For those of you who spend a lot of time in front of a computer, practicing good posture and office ergonomics will be helpful. Ergonomics is adjusting the environment to the individual. Take a short break now and then. Adjust your chair so you feel more comfortable. Or turn your computer monitor to eliminate glare. In order to relieve tension, do some exercises like shoulder rolls, squeezing your fingers into a fist, or looking away from the monitor and turning your head from side to side. These things help relieve tension and stress, something we all need to avoid.
Other work facilities, such as warehouses and meter shops, can become hazardous areas if preventive measures are not taken and good housekeeping is not practiced. Keeping things organized and in their proper place is a good start. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA as it's commonly called, requires that walkways are to be marked and hazardous materials are to be stored in a secured area. It is important to understand all the rules. Always wear your hard hat in the required locations. Know where the fire extinguisher and electrical boxes are located in case of an emergency. Be aware of items lying around, like cleaning buckets, ladders, or other articles. And finally, remember to be organized and have everything in its proper place. That's the key to a safe work environment. Now let's talk a little bit about vehicle safety.
As you know, a safe, well-maintained vehicle fleet is essential to providing good service to our customers. Many of you may be spending a lot of time in a company vehicle, and if you do, safe operation and preventative maintenance are your responsibility. If you're driving a service truck, a van, a crew truck, or some other heavy-duty vehicle, good housekeeping is essential. Keeping your tools and equipment organized and secure will go a long way in assuring safe conditions. Keeping your vehicle clean, inside and out, and free of debris will also create safer conditions. Obviously, a clean, neat vehicle also helps portray a good company image. Regular scheduled maintenance on your vehicle may or may not be your responsibility. However, if you see something that needs attention, be sure to make your supervisor or assigned mechanic aware of the problem. Keep in mind that driving safely and obeying traffic laws is your responsibility. Here are some tips to remember. Avoid backing whenever possible, except when parking. Back into a parking space rather than backing out of it. Use your safety belt. It's mandatory. Adjust your driving to the prevailing conditions. Employees are expected to drive safely, courteously, and to take all reasonable actions to prevent a vehicle accident.
Those of you who will be working at outside work sites or construction sites will most likely be involved in setting up barricades, safety cones, signs, or warning lights. As a member of a plant department crew, practically everything you do involves safety. You'll be working around natural gas, so protecting yourself and your fellow workers is very important. Remember, play it safe. While on the job, make sure a fire extinguisher is present, hard hats are worn, and spoil piles are away from the hole or ditch. Also, be careful that the jackhammer hose or other pieces of equipment at the site are not creating a hazardous condition. A crew member wears many hats. You may be directing traffic one day and working in a restricted area the next. But your safety hat is probably the most important hat you'll ever wear. Depending upon your job, you may be required to wear personal protective equipment, commonly known as PPE. PPE can range from gloves to respiratory protection. Some other examples of personal protective equipment are hard hats, hearing protection such as earplugs or earmuffs, a bump cap usually worn by meter readers, safety glasses, goggles, and face shields, respirators, steel-toed shoes or boots, flame retardant or chemical resistant clothing. The use of personal protective equipment will enhance safety in the workplace and can prevent personal injury and illness. As with tools and equipment, PPE must be properly selected, maintained, and repaired when damaged. Defective or inadequate personal protective equipment must not be used. No matter what your job is, the use of some kind of equipment will be required. If you work outside, it could be a piece of machinery, such as a backhoe, jackhammer, shovel, pipe wrench, or an electronic instrument. In the office, it could be a computer, telephone, stapler, or a pencil. Whatever, it's important to remember, use the proper tool for the job and use it correctly. Some equipment requires a protective guard. Be sure the guard is in place. Tools and equipment should be maintained in proper working order and inspected on a regular basis. Worn out, broken tools or equipment should be replaced or repaired, and be sure to follow the appropriate lockout or tagout procedures.
Remember, everyone benefits when accidents, injuries, or illnesses are prevented. Only through your effort and commitment is safety in the workplace possible. To ensure that employees are equipped with the necessary skills to work safely, the company provides specialized training in several areas depending on your job classification. Training programs include confined space entry, unsafe situations, trenching and shoring, lockout, tagout, commercial driver's license or CDL, hazard communication, respiratory protection, first aid, CPR, hearing conservation, fire control, defensive driving, and bloodborne pathogens. In addition to formal training courses, the company provides ongoing safety awareness sessions through scheduled meetings and programs. There are also some general company rules that all of you should be aware of. No smoking in company buildings. You must comply with the company drug and alcohol policies and adhere to all company policies and procedures. To emphasize its commitment to safety, Columbia regularly recognizes employees who demonstrate safe work habits.
As we have seen, safety is extremely important to you and those around you. We encourage you to apply the same safety practices whether you're at work or at home. And remember to play it safe.
Hi, I'm Gary Robinson. You know, I've worked for Columbia for 30-plus years. And during that time, I've always been impressed with Columbia's safety record. We take a lot of pride in providing a safe and healthy work environment for our employees. We're very proud of the commitment the employees have made towards safety. By the very nature of our business, some activities we're involved in can be dangerous. So it's very important that you think safety in your day-to-day activities to ensure not only your safety, but the safety of your coworkers and our customers. As stated in our company's vision and value statement, we are committed to maintaining a safe and healthy work environment and ensuring public safety. All employees, including myself, are accountable for and expected to comply and abide by the company's safety rules. Columbia will provide you with the proper equipment, tools, training, and direction